Hello and welcome to everybody. Today we start with the lecture number 6 for sensor and transducer. In this section, the session outline for this lecture, the characteristics of the transducer and selection criteria of a transducer. So, what is the importance of the characteristics of the transducer? So, characteristics of the transducer are play a major role in the selection of the transducer. Or we can say that whenever we consider a particular instrument for the particular measurement, that time these characteristics are very helpful to select a particular transducer for particular any application. So performance criteria of transducer are based upon the criteria or upon the certain set of the characteristics that give the meaningful description of the quality of measurement. So if you require the quality of measurement, normally these characteristics of measurement must be held to consider the instrument or system will be used. All the characters have taken account when choosing a transducer for any application. So what are these characteristics are to be classified or further described in transducer are three basically. There are the input characteristics, then transfer characteristics and output characteristics. Now let us see one by one. Now start with the input characteristics. The first input characteristics are the type and operating range of the input quantity. So it is the first consideration for the selection of the transducer, the input quantity. So what type of transducer is required? It is depending upon the input quantity which is to be applied. For example, if we measure the temperature, we require a temperature transducer. And what is the range? In which range we measure this temperature, that is also will be very helpful to selecting the transducer. So the input quantity which is to be measured and its range of the operation is very helpful. So type of input quantity is generally known in advance, but useful operating range of transducer is an important factor to choose the transducer particular application. The maximum limit decided by the transducer capabilities, whereas the minimum value, the range, lowest limit normally determine the unavoidable noise which is maybe originated of a transducer during the measurement. The good resolution is required throughout the operating range is of a transducer. So operating range must be high of a transducer. Then second input characteristic while selecting a transducer, that is loading effect. An ideal transducer, there is a no loading effect of the input quantity being measured by the transducer. However, practically it may not be possible. The magnitude of the loading effect is expressed in terms of force, power, energy obtained from the input quantity. Hence, the transducer which is selected for the particular application should be ideally extract the no force, power from the input quantity. So, basically, if we consider the ideal transducer has no loading effect, but particularly when we measure practically, there is some loading effect. This loading effect is generally generated from the input quantity in terms of the power, force and energy. So it must be considered while selecting a transducer. Then second characteristics of a transducer while selecting, that is transfer characteristics. The transfer characteristics are involved in three separate elements. First is the transfer function, which defines the relationship between input and output behavior of the system, which is also drawn in block diagram. So Qi is an input and Q0 is output and G is a transfer function. So G is equal to Q0 upon Qi. And second is the sensitivity. So sensitivity of a transducer is a ratio of change in output for the given change input. So change in output quantity with respect to change in input quantity, that is denoted by the sensitivity. So in general, sensitivity of transducer is not constant. It is dependent upon the input quantity. In some cases, the relationship between output and input is become linear. If the sensitivity is constant, the entire range, the transfer should be defined as, so sensitivity Q0 upon Qi is linear. The inversely proportional output sensitivity is nothing but the scale factor, which is 1 upon S. So dq upon d0, that is the scale factor. Now third element of transfer characteristic, that is the error. And many times the input output relation given between by the transfer function Q0 is equal to G into Qi is not followed by the transfer. In such cases, the error will be obtained. Let a particular input Qi is ideally output value will be Q0, but practically output obtained, then error will be in the instrument. So E is equal to Q0 dash minus Q0. So that will be the error. The error could be due to any following reason: scale error, dynamic error, error accompanying noise and drift. Scale error. So scale error can be 4 different types. First one is a zero error. In such type of error, the output deviates from the original value by the constant factor over the entire range. So that is called a zero error. Then sensitivity error. This type of error occur where the observed output deviates from the correct value by the constant value. This is the second type of error. Then hysteresis. The effect of hysteresis is obtained in all transducers. The output of the transducer not only depend upon the input but also the input quantities previously applied. So different output is obtained in the same value input quantity applied depending upon where it will be increased or decreased. That is nothing but hysteresis. Then non-conformability. When the experimentally obtained the transfer function deviates from its theoretical transfer function for almost every input, that is nothing but your non-conformability. So it is a generally we can say that non-conformability is the theoretical, the difference between theoretical value and practical value, that is the non-conformability error. Then dynamic error. This type of error occurs when the input quantity is varying with the time. This type of error occurs when the system contains the energy storage element, and due to this the output cannot be follow the input exactly. That is nothing but the dynamic error, can be made by small element, small time constant. Then second error, noise and drift error. Noise and drift error, signals originated from the transducer vary with the time is superimposed with the output signal. Then error due to change in frequency. So sine wave input is a linear transducer and sine wave output is obtained the frequency sine wave input increase. The transducer required respond more and more quickly. This process beyond the range of particular frequency, the transducer can no larger respond with respect to sinusoidal input change. Therefore, the output of the transducer becomes smaller. So phase shift between the input and output increasing, then the frequency increasing, the output transfer decreasing. So this is the change in the phase between when the input quantity is increasing, the output will be decreasing or maybe increasing. That is the depending upon the situation of the transducer. So that type of error is called as a change in frequency. So last characteristics are the output characteristics which will be selected. So output characteristics of a transducer are considered given below: type of electrical output, output impedance, and useful of the output range. Type of electrical output. The output of a transducer may be voltage, current, impedance, or a time function. These are the amplitudes. The above quantities may or may not be acceptable later the stage of the instrumentation system. There is a possibility change in the 90 days or change in their format. So by the signal conditioning equipment for making them drive different stages. So instrumentation system. Then output of the impedance. The ideal transducer value output of the impedance should be 0, but practically it is not possible. Therefore, its value should be kept as low as possible to minimize the loading effect. The output of the impedance gives the information about the power, then can be transferred to the further stages of the instrumentation system or measurement system for a given output signal level. The value of the output impedance is low to the compared with the impedance of the system. The transducer behaves as a constant voltage source. Provide the voltage output transducer when the forward impedance has high compared to the impedance transducer behaves as a constant current. The useful output range, that is the third characteristics of the output. The output range of the transducer is limited by the noise signal at a lower end, which should require input signal. The output range can be increased by adding amplifier in a transducer in some cases. The addition of the amplifier also increases the noise level. Therefore, in such situation, amplifier should be avoided. So, here we consider the different characteristics while selecting any instrumentation, any transducer for the measurement system or instrumentation system. That is the performance characteristics which helpful to selecting the particular transducer for the particular measurement or application. So we can stop here.